Good morning, welcome again to Cooking with Francesco. For today's dish, we're going to prepare something very tasty, very typical Italian, as I'm from there, and it's going to be a chicken parm. The ingredients that we have available today, that we choose actually, because due to the fact that also it's getting hot, warmer, so we want to lighten up. And because of that, we have different ingredients like arugula salad as a garnish, which is a great dish for me. I love it for a garnish because it's peppery and is cleansing the palate. Then for the chicken parmesan, we have 2 chicken breasts. We have some flour to bread it in order to give the breading on it, a couple of eggs and some breadcrumbs. A lot of Italians, I know, they like to use regular breadcrumbs. For my specific dish, I like to use more panko, the Japanese breadcrumb, for a reason. It keeps crispier. So once you combine the crispiness with the chicken and then with the parmesan you put on top and the mozzarella and the tomato, all that goes well together. Then we're going to have some tomatoes to give some freshness to the salad. And then we have some nice tomato puree that is going to be serving me to put on top of the Parmesan cheese, on top of the chicken, And then we have some Parmesan cheese, which is very important. It has to be Parmesan, otherwise it will change the dynamic and the taste of and the flavor of the dish. And we have some mozzarella cheese. Usually I like that one as milky as possible because it's richer. Continuing our preparation, we put some salt. It's very important to season the dish before we do anything, because then we put the flour first. Forgot, we need to beat the eggs. If we don't beat the eggs, you cannot bread it after. That's very important. Then we need to bread the chicken breast for a reason. That is going to absorb a little bit the moist. So we do this. Sure that every single corner of the bread and the chicken, it is breaded, so it gives the crust that we need. And every that we make sure that the temperature, you don't want it too scorching hot, because otherwise it's going to cook it too quick and it's going to burn the crust. Once it's ready to be put on top of the chicken, we're going to have more flavor. And usually for this, I don't like to put any cooked tomato. I like for the pizza, because when we're going to put everything in the oven, it's going to be, that's where basically all the flavors are going to combine together. So making sure that nothing burn, and eventually we can, once it's put a little bit there, gently cook it. We can keep on having a nice caramelization and nice color in the chicken, which is what we're looking for, to have a nice and crispy crust. And while the chicken is cooking, we're making sure that also the oven is hot enough and perfect. It's at the right temperature, as I thought it would. So in the meantime, we do this. And before, obviously, we take that out of the stove, we will like to take some paper in order that we're going to dry out the excess oil. You want to stop? Okay, so we made sure that we retrieve some paper in order that we can dry out the excess oil that we're gonna have on top of the chicken. So in order to do that, so as you see, the caramelization that is coming, that's what we're looking for. And then obviously, this one we're gonna cook it a little bit. We're gonna put all the excess oil here. We wanna dry it. And then we put in another pan and we throw it in the oven. So now it's going to cook for about 10-15 minutes. We're going to have that chicken cooking over there. In the meantime, we said already, we prepared the tomato sauce to season the chicken when it comes out. I prepared a nice fresh salad, put some color with the tomatoes, That's give color, and I like to use especially this small one to different colors to revive, I would say, the dish. And again, it's very summery. This is a dish that I remember, especially with this particular salad in preparation, I used to have when I was little. My father used to do it very often because it was something very quick, easy, and it's actually a typical dish that you will find in every household in Italy. And because of that, we actually, and you can see in many places actually they cook it today. It's just that when obviously it's done from scratch and it's done with all the prime products like we did, you know, organic eggs, organic flour, and the panko, obviously it changed a little bit the property and the flavor in having a better quality product, obviously. Then also for seasoning the salad, I like to use pink salt, Himalayan salt, because the content of mineral that is in there is much better than iodized salt. It is maybe a little bit more expensive, but I think it's all worth it because you need less quantity, and the benefits that you're getting out of the minerals that there is in the Himalayan salt is much, much better. So said and done that obviously is not Italian, it's Himalayan, but it doesn't mean that I have to stick always in my own country, but I'm looking actually for always the best products. So if I can combine it and it can be substituted, I would. So said and done that, I have the salad over here, and then we're going to simply garnish it in a very simple way like we'll do especially in the south of Italy where they use a lot of citrus. I think I want to use a little lemon only. Sometimes they use balsamic, but for this particular situation, and I'm going towards a high temperature in the summer, 80s, 90s, I like more to use lemon because it's fresher, has a lot of vitamin, and then obviously with the drizzle, doesn't need much. And with that one, also there is extra virgin olive oil, obviously something very important in the Italian and Mediterranean diet, but especially in the Italian diet. Extra virgin olive oil is something that can never omit from that one. Has to be part of integrative of our diet. And it is actually very healthy. But, okay, it's time to check our chicken and see how it came out. I'm very hungry, so I hope, oh, that's great, it's beautiful. Better than actually what my mother used to do. I guess I've been taught well. So we take a piece, and then before we even put the piece and let it rest one moment, let's prepare a little bit salad on the plate. Like we said, the tomatoes that we prepare to give some color. It's very important, the color to me, especially to make it fresher, more summery, like I said before. It is very important. And then now, this is a beautiful nice and crispy. Perfect. And it's ready to be eaten. So